Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's boardzy, and welcome to the early 2024 gaming mouse collection setup update, room tour, whatever you want to call it, because I'm living through some mouse review induced madness right now, and I'm just going to take you guys through it because that feels like a proper start for the new year. Yeah, before we get to my desk and the rest of my office, we have to cover my room, and specifically the mouse shelf of yesteryear is no more. If you've been watching these for a while, you would know that I used to have an open face shelf of mice, and now that's been downsized into some storage, lots of keyboards and stuff on the bottom layer, and my rare wired mouse and some of the OG Final Mouse collection over here, because the mice I just never touched on the wooden shelf, I just ultimately wasn't using it, and this is a decent bit nicer in my opinion. On top I have some stuff I got in Japan, the infamous Fortnite llama, a few footballs, the boardzy mouse, and of course there's just some more storage going on for like glass mouse pads, keyboards. My life is just it's a mess of boxes. That's one theme that you're gonna notice. But now we are in the room. And yeah, getting right to it, we have here the cult classic returning once more, the SpongeBob rubbish bin. It's really just perfect for anything I need to throw away at my desk. Some paper towels, Lysol spray, Lysol wipes, or I don't know, maybe they are the same company. Shout out to Lysol. On the wall here, I have a picture of one of my old dogs, a picture of my old hedgehog and one of my friends who passed away, Mom Drew, and a T3 Jack Johnson. I don't know how many of you guys know about that. And now this is actually the backdrop for my videos. A lot of you guys since Halloween have been seeing this pumpkin, and I just feel like, is it its time to go? Yes or yes? Let me know in the comments. So that will be returning no more. I got this in Japan once again in Kobe, outside Kobe, actually. It was in like a very non-residential area at a gift shop, but it's pretty dope. Way to remember my trip. Oh my fucking god. And then here we have the zebra mouse and a little zebra I got for making a donation to the World Wildlife Foundation. And yeah, here now we are going to get to the peripherals part of the desk, starting with the monitor, the GOAT monitor, the Asus PG27AQN 1440p 360 hertz. There is nothing wrong with this monitor. ULMB2 is a blessing. It's just the perfect monitor, and I should have put it on a stand, but now I think I'm gonna try like one of those 500 hertz monitors. I don't know what's wrong with me. This other monitor is like a 240 hertz TN panel. It's awful, it's dirty. I've had it for many years now, but it just is what it is, and it's a solid secondary monitor. But this monitor, PG27AQN, it was worth every dollar I paid for it. But yeah, I'm not a monitor reviewer. I have tried a ton though, and my advice is really don't cheap out, and if you're using anything 144 hertz or below at this point in time, you are a noob. That is all I'm gonna say. Over here we have my caffeine pills. I get asked what these are so often, and I survived Boardzy Fest stamp. For all of you guys who came to my event, you'll know that. There's this dice from that event as well. If I roll a 23, I'm giving away 20 ULXs. Okay, not a 23, unfortunate. But yeah, now the keyboard. This is the Arbiter Studio Polar 65. It's a Hall effect board. I mean, it sounds like pretty fucking good compared to the competition, but it's not really the main board I've been using. That would be the Razer Huntsman V3 Pro TKL. I've literally been maining this for months, but I just haven't made any content about it. Keyboard content, very boring. This thing is $220, which is honestly crazy. But yeah, keyboards, I need to review more of them, but they just are what they are. Get a Wooting SteelSeries, anything with rapid trigger, you'll be good. I'm sure I'm going to get asked why I don't use my Wooting. It is right here. I just kind of hate the keycaps I put on it. You can see how like dirty and dusty it is. So I literally just don't use it because there are other solid boards out now, and because mine is kind of a mess. If I got a new one, I would probably main that for the time being. But now we get to the mousepad and mice. The mousepad, it just switches out a lot. I've recently made a video on my top pads. This is the Vaxi PB. I think this is their new updated version. Honestly, in not my sharpest moment, while unboxing the mousepad, I was just getting mad at the packaging. It was like 20 layers of bubble wrap, so I did slash it. That is all my fault, but other than that, this is a really solid pad. This is the La Onda Pad Glaze. It's a huge glass pad from the Whale. I've just left it on my desk because it's easier to do that than find somewhere to put it. I do think it's a very solid performing glass pad, but my advice with mouse pads is pretty much to just get Artisan, as it always has been. And now the mice, it's a nightmare. The main mice I've been testing, my go-tos genuinely are the GPX2, this little modded version I've done, and the Final Mouse ULX Phantom. Other than that, I'm obviously testing a ton of mice at all times. You can see the dongle situation. Like, nobody else in the world's desk just is as much of a mouse dongle nightmare. I've started stacking them vertically because it takes up less real estate. Imagine that's a problem you had. Yeah, getting back to my desk, really all of these are high quality options. The Wise Owl Cloud is what I've been testing at the moment, SteelSeries Sensei clone, and yeah, there's just a lot of good mice, and those are on my desk and also like behind me. This situation is something I'm not proud of. A shelf for mice where I'm like stacking them on top of each other. I was looking for a mouse in here. I'm like, I know it's in here somewhere, and it was below like 2 other mice. So, you know, this, I don't think I'm going to do anything about it. Like, where am I going to put them? Am I going to put them in boxes and put them here? No. Am I going to add to this crazy stack? Maybe I could make a third column. Honestly, this area right here, I feel like I could turn into like a box storage solution. I already have that up here. Just more mice. It gets crazy and it stays crazy. This is the real like premium mouse collection, which I've run out of room for now that I have the new Final Mouse ULXs. And yeah, if you thought I was done, we get down here, which is the true weeds. Like, look at how dirty these glorious mice are getting. It's like a fucking, what's it called, a terrarium? I don't even know. Some of these mice just have unfathomable amounts of dust. And it's like, well, what am I going to do, clean them just to never touch them again? I've already given away so many mice. And we have this little Jenga stack. Oh my god. Yeah, really, reviewing is towing a fine line between hoarding and I don't know what the alternative is, but I feel like I'm kind of getting close to hoarding territory. It doesn't help that my instinct when I run out of room is to just make a pile until it fucking hits the ceiling, but it just is what it is. And if you think this is manageable, every week I'm just getting more mice. So it's like, it ultimately isn't. But if you have solutions, if you're like a clean freak, let me know and I'll take it. Because I mean, Mousepads, that's another story. I have hundreds of Mousepads. I've tried to consolidate that stack. Imagine if I wanted to use one of these mouse pads, like how much time it would take to move everything. Normally I'll just try to like pull it out and hope everything doesn't fall down. I just find this all very fun to share. But yeah, now that I've kind of given an update on the mouse situation, I'll talk about the rest of the stuff on my desk. The camera setup, you know, the ring light, the more things change, the more they stay the same. I think I've had this ring light for over 3 years now. The camera is the Sony ZV-E10 something. Yeah, I'm right. The box was right here. That's pretty impressive on my part. I'm not gonna lie. And I have a Sigma lens. I don't even know if this like front piece is attached correctly. My camera looks decent enough for the most part. And then for my face cam and occasionally the top down cam, this is the Razer Kiyo Pro Ultra. Like, what a name, what a name. The Pro Ultra. I think this is like a $400 webcam, but it really is high quality. I tried it out last year's CES and then Razer sent me it, so shout out to Razer for that. And now the audio setup, I have a Cloudlifter for my RE20 and I have a Scarlett 2i2. You see my RE20 is on the Rode mic arm, which I think is really an excellent product. Yeah, there's probably a cheaper clone. I do not care. But yeah, this audio setup, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Like, it's reliable. That's all I can say. And I also power my DT900 ProXs, which is a new addition to the setup, I guess, through the Scarlett 2i2 because my shit stack broke and I couldn't be asked to fix it. And I feel like my audio is more or less fine. Now we just get to the miscellaneous items. A paper clip, 26 cents. Who knows when you're going to need that. Mustache wax for when I had the mustache. Bad Seed Tech beard oil because... shout out to Bad Seed, wants to support his project. A pocket knife. For some reason, the base of the GPX I've been hanging onto for months with the magnets I removed. A screwdriver. It's kind of a mess. A lot of rubber bands because who knows when you're going to need a few rubber bands. I actually didn't even know this was here. G-Wolf's mouse dongle. I don't know which mouse this is for. But yeah, you guys get the gist. There's a lot of stuff going on my desk. And then the PC... this is actually new. This is a 4080 build with a 7950 X3D. I got this from Micro Center after my old PC, like the power supply died, killed everything else. It was a nightmare. So I was like, please, for the love of God, just make me a good PC, and this is what I got. Yeah, PC adjacent, we have the PS5, which honestly does not get that much use at this point. I can't believe I paid like $800 for it. This is a little shelf I'm not too proud of. There's some USB-C cables, which I just removed from my desk because they were cluttering it up. Doesn't always look like that. Got some SkyPad glass mouse pad cleaner. Just a lot of shit. Stephen A. Smith's book. Some card stuff, a microfiber cloth, just, it's too much. Usually like mouse grips and mouse skates are what the majority of this is. Then we have my router right at testicle level while sitting, maximum EMF effect, a printer, and then like the little keyboard collection down here. You guys get it. More mouse pads that I never touch. more mouse pads that I never touch. Yeah, I really don't know what else there is to say about the setup tour. And honestly, how could I forget? There are more mouse pads, some of which I do touch though, above my dog's crate. See, like, the mouse pads and mice have even taken over my dog's life. But yeah, there's another like 100 in that little pillowcase there. Maybe not 100, maybe closer to like 50. There's Rex, shout out to him. But yeah, I think that's going to be about all for the setup tour. As much as it seems like I'm kind of like complaining about this situation, I absolutely love my unique life as a mouse reviewer. I'm really not bothered by all of this. Some of you might see it and not understand how, but it just is what it is. You know, that's a phrase that I live by. You know, some of these I'll give away, then there will be a little bit more space. And mice will keep coming. I will keep reviewing. And yeah, I feel like that is a good note to leave things on for starting out 2024. Everything is just ultimately a cycle. I also do have a lot of like card stuff, vintage baseball. That is really my other passion, but it just doesn't coincide with mice. That is what's going on that shelf as well. But yeah, that's also a part of my setup and life, I guess. So yeah, that's really going to be all for this video. Definitely let me know what you think of my setup in the comments below, because I feel like the meta is just to post like a really clean, minimal, cable managed setup. But mine is, of course, the opposite, just very chaotic, a lot of stuff going on. But yeah, make sure to leave a like and sub if you enjoyed. I'm running a ton of giveaways on Twitter until the end of the year, and that is going to be all. Peace.